Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking. I am doing a video right now based on a bunch of Oracle cards that Metatron just had me pull, Oracle and Tarot cards. So I'm feeling really charged right now. I'm feeling like I can really connect to messages well right now. Metatron told me to pull 7 different decks. I was not planning on doing a video today. This is like really bad timing for me to do a video today. It's at the end of the day where I am. This is like when I put my kids to bed and all of that. But instead, we have a 7 deck message. I pre-pulled the cards to try to save some time. This is just a fluid thing. We're going to figure this out as we go. I know what decks he wants to do in what order, so we're just going to like start rolling along and getting this message out. Um, so this is the first deck I'm starting with, Work Your Light Oracle cards. I don't think this is a personal message. No, this is not a personal message for people. This is a collective message. These cards are probably not going to be about the words. These cards are probably going to be me reading into the energy. Yeah, he wants me to ignore the words. DNA activation. There's a DNA activation coming. Is that okay? This is going to be like, we're going to piece this message together. There's a DNA activation coming. I'm asking him which card he wants to do next. This one? And this is who's sending the DNA activation. The Pleiades. The Pleiadians. That's all he wants on this one. Okay. This one? Sorry, I'm like looking at the cards before I'm giving them to you guys. Protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. He likes the words on all of these. The DNA activation is going to be activating something that is going to assist us with taking back our power. Because if you listen to my August 2023 live stream where I gave an energy update, I was talking about how the dark energies have kind of taken an advantage very recently, and they're kind of using that to mess around with a lot of people. Had a lot of people um, reaching out to me, talking about having interactions with cyborgs for the first time, or reptilians for the first time, or demonic energies. A lot of having a lot of space clearing clients requesting right now. I'm talking to people that are just that people who don't normally deal with this stuff are all of a sudden being confronted with this stuff. Um, so this DNA activation from the Pleiadians is going to do something, activate something that gives us access to something that's going to help protect us from these interactions. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going with this. This one, this one. The card says mirror. He says yes to that. Sorry, if you see me making faces, Odin, who's on my right, instead of using my shoulder to say yes, he uses my nose, my like the right side of my nose. So if you see me like doing that, something that looks like that might be Odin talking to me. This is something, it says mirror, but it's something about time. So this has to be like like duplicates in time, like dimensional. Um, it's funny, I can see it in my head. I have to give you words. It's okay. So the DNA activation from the Pleiadians that's going to help bring back pull back some of our power. This is going to impact all versions of us across all dimensions, all duplicates of our soul, all universes, all of time. Yeek. I don't know what they're giving us. There's your visual. It's not like, oh, we're protecting ourselves. We're getting a shield so we can like, not get hit so hard. It's like, no, we're giving you a sword. That's a different kind of protection. Okay, let's keep going. Next deck, Divination of the Ancients. Which card do you want, my dear? This one, this one, this one? Okay. We're not going to be talking about the words on here. They're talking about time again. Contracts. Contracts. There's some kind of law. Yikes. Whatever they did, because I know that the dark energies went back in time and changed something that altered all of our futures and gave themselves more power. Whatever they did broke some kind of law, broke something that should not be broken. That's all my understanding is that this was a big deal. This was like a legal document. This was binding, and they went in and undid something that God had hard coded. Okay. Which one do you want next? This one, this one, this one? They will deceive you. They are trying to deceive you. Why are you saying that? We have to use our discernment right now because the dark energy has more power than they should have right now. And so they're being sneaky and they're doing their best to utilize that power. So just be mindful of your dreams, your thoughts, um, things that are happening to you. If you're all of a sudden getting like contact from a brand new guide, uh, use your discernment over who this is. Feel their energy. I know a lot of you would, a lot of you tell me, "Oh, I'd love to hear my guides. I'd love to hear them." Well, the ones of you that say I would love to hear my guides are the ones of you that are really talented at your intuition. You are the people who are claircognizant. You are the people who are clairsentient. And, it feels like this lesser uh, psychic ability, but it's not because, sorry, that's my phone. It's not because if you can hear your guides, that's like the glamorous, like the sexy, glamorous psychic ability because, ooh, you can hear your guides. But you can hear your guides. If that's all you can do, you're going to get in trouble because anybody, dark or light, can come and talk to you. And anybody who's dark can come over and say, yes, yes, I'm of the light. I'm telling you something good. Anybody can do that. If you can feel the energy, if you can sense the energy, then nobody can lie to you because energy can't lie. You can't feel fear and anxiety from a light guide. You can only feel that from darkness. Um, so that's my speech. He's just saying, like, he's talking about the future of the darkness. Oh, shit. Well, this is interesting. So, this whole time that I've been channeling, I've been told there's this battle going on between dark and light, battle going on between dark and light, and it's playing out on all levels, right? There's battle in, I don't know, seventh dimension, in the fifth dimension. There's a battle here on Earth. There's a battle everywhere, right? On all the planets, all the universes. This dark and light exchange is going on. And the whole time they've always said, you know, victory is assured for the light, that that is hard coded, that the light wins, that the details to how we get there are always in flux, but that the light wins. But I'm being told that that hard coding has been removed, and it's like a Wheel of Fortune game now. It's like a nobody knows how this ends. Okay, well that's wild. This one, this is interesting. Okay, so he just told me that God's hard coded ending has somehow been removed, but he's showing me that there's, and I didn't even know this was a thing. Apparently, like destiny and fate is like actually a thing. He's showing me, he's showing me the fates. Gosh, you call them different things in different places in the world, but like the three fates, like those three women that Um, there's like myths about them where I only know this from like watching a cartoon, to be totally honest with you. But like they stretch out people, and this is in the cartoon. They'll like stretch out a string that like represents someone's life, and they take the scissors and they cut it, and that like kills the person. Um, so those beings are not a myth; those are real. But he's showing me that that there's something connected to them and the darkness, that it's fated still to not succeed, even though there's not a hard coded ending. So this is interesting. I've never even heard. These are like so many concepts that I don't even know about. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm looking at this and it's funny because they are trying to see their own future. The darkness is trying to figure out how this plays out. They don't, how interesting. Because um and because it's really hard to do fortune telling, right? Like imagine if you are God or Metatron, and you do your best to take all these different factors into play and what people are most likely, how most people will most likely respond in a given situation. And so there's all these variables, and you take all that information and you're like, I think this is how the future will end up. And so the darkness is trying to figure out the future, but it's cloudy, it's murky. They can't do it because it's an all-knowing skill set. It's a skill set belonging to God and Metatron. Next deck. This is a crazy message. Okay, you want this one? Do you want this one? Do you want this one? I guess we want. Oh God. Whenever. Okay. In the past, when he's given me this card, it always meant that we were about to talk about a past life, and he's saying no. A tall tale. Do you want? He doesn't want the words. Oh my gosh. He's talking about the puppet. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is like a puppet up here, and he's got his little marionette things. Um, oh my God. He's showing me the darkness. I say the darkness because it's hard to give you guys. It's like team dark and team light, and so like team darkness. Um, so the big boss over there, the cyborgs, who are the head guys over there, they are. He shows me like an army. It's like they're giving orders down the ranks, and so it goes down, to the draconians and the reptilians and all the rogue groups that um, want to serve on their side. And so again, this is happening on multiple levels. This is happening in the spiritual world on all levels. This is happening on every planet that is inhabited. Um, and they're showing me the humans. Okay, so remember we recently in that last live stream, we were talking a lot about, hey, where am I originally from? And so I'm giving you guys messages, hey, you're Andromedan, hey, you're Pleiadian, hey, you're Arcturian, or whatever the case may be. So some of the people who are alive on Earth right now are originally reptilian souls. They are originally cyborgs. They are originally draconians. Okay? So those individuals are here to play out their storyline. They're here to play out the reality they want. So they don't, so in the same way that light workers channel light beings, we channel angels, we channel guides that are high vibrational in that same way, whether, some of us recognize it and some of us don't, but all of us are doing it in some way. um in that same way, p- those who are here, who are incarnated in order to spread a lower vibration, they are also getting orders, getting channelings, getting ideas from the dark energies that they align with. So he's showing me that they are puppets, and that from the top down, something's going to be going on in the world right now. It's like the darkness is getting stirred up. Right, which one do you want? No, no, yes. All, all I can hear him say is they have a plan. They have a plan. Be aware. Okay, it's just be aware. I'm like, "Hey, do you want more of a message?" And he's like, nope. Love wins. Do not fear. Love wins. It's interesting to me that he's sharing this background information with us about what's going on the other side of the veil, and well, what's going on this side of the veil too, because a lot of times, not a lot of times, he's never really shared a lot of detail about what's going on in this tug of war or what's going on in this battle. And probably because if you start sharing this information, a lot of people get scared, right? Because you think, oh no, like the bad guys have a little bit more power right now and they're going to be messing with us or whatnot. Um, it really isn't something to be fearful of. It really is something to have awareness of. It's almost like it's like when you do, because everything has risk, right? You walk outside at night, that has a risk, right? You want to be aware of what could be a problem in order to avoid it, and in order to identify it, in order to stay safe. And so that's kind of what this is. It's not something where you want to um worry about it. It's not something to worry about. He's showing us, you know, have awareness, have your ears open, pay attention. But the angels are with us. Okay, what do we got here? This one, this one, this one. Oh, I have a new deck. New deck. Something is being born. This is weird. Planet is being born. That doesn't even make sense. It's just like I don't understand. I don't feel like there's a connection between what he just said. Let me keep going and see if we can make sense of this. This one, this one, this one. He's talking about, because we just talked about how we're light workers on Earth incarnated in a human body. We have reptilians and cyborgs incarnated on Earth in human bodies. He's showing me angels incarnated on Earth in human bodies. Not, and let me explain two things, because there are archangels and other angels who are incarnated here right now in order to experience a human lifetime. He's not talking about those. He's talking about ones that pop in temporarily and do a certain task to help us and then exit. And he's showing me we got a whole lot of undercover good guys who are here to make sure that things are as they should be. Still doesn't tie into that planet card. Which one do you want? This one? You don't want the words. It's like a picture of this little boat. This is a weird picture. It's like a picture of a boat, but there's like these walls of water, really narrow passageway. He's saying that there's a narrow passageway to what we need to do right now. It's like there's a very specific set of events that we need to make sure happens to get things back on track. Just checking right now. I'm like having a hard time believing that this is the message coming through. So I'm like checking right now to make sure I'm like nice and clear and I don't have any interference. Here's my last card. Holy cow. So some of these beings that are here right now, that they're not these are beings of light. They might be archangels, they might be ascended masters, they might be like um elementals. They they could be anything, any kind of soul like that. He's showing me they're like coming, and like this guy, it's like they're depositing certain energies, magic. It's like this really complex war, but the war isn't you go and you kill other people. The war is you go and you spread y- the magic and the love in order to get the outcome you're wanting. I'm gonna hold on to this card because I'm not sure that message was not flowing with everything else. I'm gonna move on. I have three more decks. New beginnings. He wants the words. New beginnings is not tied in to the planet. That planet card that I got. It's like a new story has to be written for this, for how this ends. Courage, be brave. It's funny because they're saying like, that guaranteed victory was removed, but I don't feel like it. They're saying they said it, but it doesn't feel that way to me. It's like I can't believe it because I know God can get involved and get crazy and do whatever he wants if it really comes down to it. And I get the yes. It's almost like, I don't know. It's almost like I don't want to say a test, but it's almost like they need people to take certain actions, make certain changes, or they want people to. They want to see who wants to do it. If that makes any sense. This one, sorry, that weird face was Odin. Pulling my right side of my nose. Thanks, Odin, for making me look amazing. I'm not hearing anything on this. They're like, they're doing that Bible verse, where it talks about the sparrows don't worry about where they're going to get food or their shelter. Sparrows don't worry about anything, right? And yet they still have enough food and they still survive and they can't store food or do any prep work. He's making an analogy between sparrows and us. Like we don't need to know the future. We don't need to know how this ends. We can just trust that what we need will be provided when the time comes. Yeah, that's what he wanted. Doesn't want the word. It's showing like a, I don't know, like a mermaid outline, but there's like all these ocean fish. Not picking up anything on this one, gotta be honest. Into the depths we go. The depths of what? I think I have like Merlin here or something. It's almost like he's talking kind of poetry like to me. It's not Merlin. Oh, okay. Okay, we got creator here talking to me. Into the depths we go. And you will see. I can't channel like this right now. Like he wants to give me like poetry, but I cannot do that like in the moment. But that's where he's going with that. Into the depths we go, and you will see worlds unknown. I don't know. I don't know what comes after that. Into the depths we go, and you will see worlds unknown, galactic journey. I don't know where we're going on this. Okay. Um, this is the craziest message. Two more decks. Now, this deck right here is just bananas. If you try to go looking for this guy, he's on Etsy. I don't think he's anywhere else. Wizard Azanon. Magical dude. Magical guy. He could be an incarnation of Metatron. I'm getting no, but he is very wizardy. Do we want this one? Do we want this one? Do we want this one? And these cards are not meant for oracle card reading, so we'll see how I do on these. He does want the words spine of fire. Okay, something about the DNA activation, I guess, from the Pleiadians. Spine of fire. So he's talking about like uh like showing me like fire all along our spine, which fire is transformative, right? True self, passion, motivation, purpose. It's like the fire is gonna burn up old programs. There we go. Old programming. He's showing me like they almost look like, what are those? It's like almost like little tiny implants in the spine. Very tiny though. Okay, so this is going to do that. Blue Star of Hope, Ascension, Surrender. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one. And we're just going to look at the pretty picture because it's not about the words on this one. It's about whatever light code is in this picture. Try to, when you're looking at this, look in the center of the picture and just take some deep breaths and pull that energy from the top of your head all the way down your spine. That feels like some kind of prep work for this. Look who's involved. Metatron and his Merkabahs. So if we just had a bunch of white light go through us, Merkabahs are used to clear dark energies. What in the world is this? Auric cleansing. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, if you're watching this right now, I'm going to go ahead and clear your aura. And your aura is just your 3D energy body. And clearing it is just removing any entities or low vibrational energy that is in that field that would of course impact you from being in your field because it's technically part of your body even though it's not part of your physical body. um okay, this is crazy. So the last set of cards, sorry, I'm showing you the book, but it's actually a tarot deck, Tarot of Tales. So I just bought this tarot deck because I liked the pictures on it. And I haven't learned tarot yet, and he wanted to pull these cards, and he told me, we're not doing the words, we're not doing tarot, you're just going to read energy from it. So, oh, here we are. um so asking him right now because I know the Lovers card, I know like two things about tarot, okay? And one of them is that the Lovers card is a decision card. It's a choice card. So he's referencing that. But what choice are we talking about? Do I need to look at more cards? Oh boy. Again, I do not know what these cards mean in tarot. A lot of you might know. If you feel like you're getting additional messages from these cards that I'm not receiving, or if you're reading the tarot messages off of these cards that I'm not receiving, that is valid. Whatever message you feel like you're getting from this, accept that as, honor what you're getting from your intuition. I can only receive what I have the capability of receiving. So I can't get the tarot message off of this for you. Um, gosh, so as humanity is going to be choosing their future. Aren't we always choosing our future? But especially this one, I guess. We're going to be choosing our future. And it impacts the whole world. I don't even know what this card is. I have no idea what a five of coins is. Let's see what the energy says. This is a weird picture. It's like two mountains, and it's like we're in this valley, and the valley is like full of like rocks, and it's like a difficult journey. Difficult journey. It's like, right? Because like peaks and valleys. When you're in the peak of life, you're like on the top of the mountain and it's wonderful. And when you're in the valley of life, it is your difficult times, your hardships. I'm asking him, "Are you saying like, oh, there might be hard times?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Are you saying there will be hard times?" And he says, "Yes, guaranteed valleys." Okay. 7 of Wands. Again, no clue what that means. But okay, creator's talking. He says, "But I will make." What word did he use? I want to say like amends. That doesn't. Why do you want that word? That doesn't feel like that fits here. He's like, "But I will make amends for you. Like I will make changes for you." So it's like guaranteed difficulty. But creator's saying, you know that saying about a camel? Or no, I guess it's not about a camel. I was just talking about like, dang it, what is that saying? It's like a euphemism that talks about um being able to go through the eye of a needle, right? Because it's so tiny that it's like impossible to go through an eye of a needle. But creator is showing me this is the eye of the needle. I am going to take the impossible, I'm going to stretch it out huge so that the impossible is possible. Look, even a camel can go through it now. This is what creator is saying. Okay. 2 more cards. Let's see if I can figure them out. 8 of Swords, for anyone who knows tarot. Gosh, look. It's a picture of the world down here. And the 8, I'm assuming for the 8 of Swords. Okay. Wow. Okay. So Creator is still here. He's giving me like biblical imagery. He's telling me the 8 is like infinity or like peace. And he's showing me this bird as more like a dove. Okay, so there's a story in the Bible where um like the earth gets flooded and like Noah's on the ark and he like sends out the doves to fly around and see if there's land, or if it's the whole earth is still covered in flood. And so I'm being shown this bird more like a dove. There's a it's like he's referencing peace to the world and infinity to the world. It's like creator is he's giving that energy to us of peace and of being everlasting is what he's saying. Like Earth is his baby. He's not going to let stuff happen to his baby. Okay. And the last card. Why is this such a weird card? Hopefully this will make sense. 8 of Cups. Oh, okay, another 8. 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups. Cups. Water, emotion. But why the penguins? Why the whale? Okay, this is weird. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this. Okay, so penguins, I know that there are penguins who will stand on these giant ice shelves and they'll all like um when it's time to go feed finally, because they've been like hanging out on the ice forever, taking care of their babies, and it's finally time for them to like jump in the water and get fish, and they're starving. And so they all start crowding around the end of these giant icebergs, um, because they really want to jump in the water, but they're like, we really should be careful because there's probably a bunch of predators in that water waiting to eat us. And so they crowd each other and like a couple penguins will accidentally get pushed in And then they kind of see, okay, did they live or not? And if whoever got pushed in lived, then it's like, cool, the water's safe. Let's all jump in and eat. Um, so God is like, you guys are the penguins. You're the penguins, and the predators under the water are, the dark energies. And he's like, I'm the whale. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna splash around in their party. I'm gonna breach the water and smack back down and scare them all away. And I'm gonna clear the water. That's what he says. He's giving me that energy. So I guess the message is stuff got crazy in the energetic world. He's still giving me the energy. He's like, right here. Stuff got crazy in the energetic world. Um, the darkness has kind of an upper hand. Our timelines got wiped out. His hard coding timeline for Earth, or not timeline, but his ending for us got wiped out. But it is not over. We are not done, and we got we got the biggest fish in the ocean on our side. So this is all I have for you guys. If you got something else out of some of these cards, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.